So the Blood Route 50K, this was a big race for me. I was really pumped for it. In Pittsfield, Vermont, 50 kilometers, about 7,000 feet of elevation gain, a lot of off trail, so deep mud, very wet, and it was a blast. Luckily, I had a lot of friends that were running this same weekend, some at Blood Route, some at this other Vermont race called the Overland, and my friend John was running a marathon that weekend. So with all of the festivities happening, decided to host a little group get-together, group run. So did that the day before, which was super fun. You're really crushing. Yeah. This is where it's Lollies?
Tops.
Tops? I think that was the top.
Oh, okay.
Ran like 3 miles and then watched the Walmsley documentary, which was awesome. Good time with friends, nice pasta dinner, you know how it goes. So race night, I got to sleep in my own bed because the race is only 45 minutes away, which I always love. And then drove out with James and Tom, who were running the 50K. Talked smack a little bit the night before with them. Katie, what are you racing tomorrow?
The Overland.
Overland. All right, taking the dub.
Taking the dub. Let's go.
You got Sarah, Blood Route 10 mile.
Yeah.
James.
Blood Route 50K.
Yeah, James is the competition. And this is Tom. He doesn't know he's gonna win yet, but he will.
I'm not gonna win. Just excited to be there.
Yeah. And then
Sugarloaf Marathon.
boo. And then Sarah, who was running the 10 mile. And shout out to Sarah, she ended up winning the 10 mile, which is super dope. But yeah, drove to the race and got there. It was this beautiful like Vermont farm, barn type of thing in this nice field. And when we got there, the 100 milers were running. They had been running since the night before, so that was super inspiring. Nice bonfire. And then the race went off at, I think, 7 a.m. It was a pretty early start. And, you know, we started by running through the field and over the bridge and then up this pretty steep gravel road and was feeling really, really good. Yeah, it kind of starts on a nice gravel uphill road and then turns into some class 4 before going into the first off-trail section, which is a pretty big climb up this first peak. And I had a rule for the first little bit where I didn't want to be much faster than 9-minute pace. I knew that to win this race, it would take around 5 hours, and that's, you know, 9:40 pace or something like that. So I didn't want to be faster than 9-minute pace on the start because it starts uphill. Went a little quick, but not bad. But up that first climb was pushing kind of hard. Grade adjusted pace was definitely in the like 7:15s, which is a little hot for me for a 50K. But I was feeling really good, and there's one thing that I'd been working on all winter, and that was my uphill running ability, going moderate uphill. So I felt confident in that. Yeah, first climb, good. Second climb, also off trail, and we caught like 3 people on that second climb. I was running with Tom, my friend, most of the first half because it was his first 50K, so I was like, he's really fit, so it's like, don't go out in front of me because, you know, you want to be conservative at the start. Yeah, and then we got in some really steep climbing after some nice runnable dirt road. And yeah, we're talking like over 1,000 feet a mile type terrain, really beefy up Blood Route Mountain, and that was really fun. I started kind of hurting a little bit at mile 14 or 15 when we were supposed to have an aid station, and then they hadn't set up yet. We were ahead of course record pace. There were a ton of people ahead of course record place. I was probably in 6th place at this point, Tom and I. And yeah, they just hadn't set up the aid station yet, which is pretty tough. So didn't get water. I wasn't relying on any aid station fuel. I had my own gels, but not having water there, I think, started to dehydrate me and my stomach started to go a little bit. And I really felt that on one of the climbs where I wasn't able to get down as many gels from mile like 15 to honestly mile 25. and there was a lot of big climbs in that section. There were about 3 climbs that were only a half mile long, but 500 feet, so very steep, and just that point in the race, it was kind of crushing me. So I was, keeping up with Tom. We were running neck and neck, and I started catching some people. We were in 4th and 5th place now at this point at mile 21. And then there was this out and back section, only a mile out and back, but it was this big climb, and this is when my stomach had been hurting. I wasn't getting as much gels down, and I started to lose Tom. I started to slow a little bit. I thought I was going really slow from that point onward, although it was just because it was a lot of big climbs. My slowest mile grade adjusted was like 9:16, and so it wasn't too bad, but I was feeling it pretty rough. But we were on that out and back. I saw a lot of other runners. I could see how far I was from the lead. The lead was looking really strong. He was going hard. A really good runner, Josh Fiore, I believe, an obstacle course racer. And I knew that was not going to catch him. This was not going to be a race we were going to win. But all of the 2 through where we were at like 4 and 5 we were all within 5 minutes. It was a super close race for the podium. And, I was determined to try to get on that podium, but also my stomach was just destroyed on these climbs. And, I could run on the descents, but on the climbs, I just couldn't run without my stomach sort of turning, which is tough. But, I lost contact with Tom on that out and back. Almost done with the last climb now. I'm feeling it. Cramping, stomach's hurting. But all downhill after this, in a good way. And then it ended on like 3-4 miles of downhill dirt road, which was very quick, but very exhausting. And yeah, ended up pushing it in pretty hard. Was running like 7 flat pace in that last little bit, and coming into the finish in 5th place overall in a time of 5:09, I believe. And so I thought it would be around 5 hours to win this race, and the winner ended up running 4:58, which is new course record, which is awesome. The previous course record was 5:09. I think I ran 5:13. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, everyone did super good this day, which was great to see. And my friend Tom ended up coming in 2nd place overall. Oh, what's up, Jake? I'm making a video. And so 2nd through me in 5th place, we were all within 5 or so minutes of each other, which is awesome and very competitive. I finished right behind the first female, finished 4th. Great runner from Quebec. That was super fun to see. And, this was a race that I wanted to get a podium finish in. I wanted to try to win it, which I've never really tried before in an ultra, and unfortunately there were better people than me on the day, but I was very happy with my performance. I think maybe I could have finished 3 minutes faster if I had gotten to keep my stomach under control and really push on those last climbs. But I think that that wasn't a race I could have won, but I could have battled for podium. But it was very fun to be competitive in a race, and that's what I've been trying to do. That's what I want to do. I wanna be competing for the win at these regional 50Ks and 50 milers is kind of my goal. But it was super fun, great to spend some time with my friends. Got to spend a ton of time with Tom running the first 20 miles with him, and yeah, powered it in for the finish. After that, I went to Ireland, and I also have some bigger news. Ann and I got engaged, which is super great. Very happy with that. But yeah, I went to Ireland, did some running there. I'll have a video coming out on an FKT attempt I did in Ireland very soon. And then, yeah, we got the summer coming to us. Right now I'm training for Jigger Johnson 50 mile. Things have been busy, but they're calming down a little bit, so I can hopefully start training more. And then I'm also doing another FKT attempt at the end of June, as sort of my last big training run before the final stretch to the Jigger Johnson 50 mile. So that's great. Anyway, sorry this video came out a little late. I hope you enjoyed it. I also didn't get a ton of footage, which is my bad. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to share it with anyone you know. And as always, keep on running.